Imagine a time when the roar of an engine wasn't just noise, it was a statement. A declaration of power, elegance, and an aristocratic rebellion against the ordinary. Welcome to 1930. The world was caught between two wars, but there was one machine that silenced the noise of chaos and replaced it with the thunder of royalty. That machine was the 1930 Brough Superior SS100, not a motorcycle, but a legend carved in metal, wrapped in chrome, and baptized by speed. It wasn't made for the common man. It was made for kings, adventurers, and those who didn't just ride the road but ruled it. From the moment your eyes land on the SS100, something inside you knows, this isn't transport, this is an experience. It's not a bike you ride. It's a beast you tame. Each Brough Superior SS100 was hand-built to the customer's demands. That's right. No mass production, no factory clones. This was the Rolls-Royce of motorcycles, and that wasn't just a nickname. Rolls-Royce engineers actually inspected and approved the SS100's build quality. And it showed. The bike oozed perfection. From the polished fuel tank to the elegant, low-slung frame, everything was tailored with surgical precision and aristocratic flair. When you sat on the SS100, you weren't mounting a motorcycle, you were donning a crown. Underneath its stunning silhouette roared a heart that refused to be ignored. The 1930 model came with a 998cc twin engine that delivered a breathtaking 45 to 50 horsepower, a number that in today's terms might seem modest, but in 1930, this was sheer insanity. The SS100 was guaranteed by the factory to reach 100 miles per hour, hence the name. But George Brough wasn't satisfied with guarantees. He tested each bike personally and many clocked over 110 miles per hour. That wasn't speed, that was time travel. It was the fastest production motorcycle of its era. And yet, it wasn't built just for speed. It was built for command. Take your hand off the throttle, and it doesn't whimper, it growls. The SS100 wasn't shy. It was charismatic, like an old-world gentleman in a tuxedo who could also throw a punch. The torque came in early, delivering a smooth yet commanding pull, and the gearbox shifted with a satisfying clunk. Not aggressive, not lazy, just assertive. And those girder forks up front, they weren't for looks. They gave this bike handling that was unheard of in the 1930s. You didn't fight this bike through corners. You danced with it. It didn't jerk. It didn't squeal. It whispered confidence, even on the edge. But what made the SS100 truly god-tier wasn't just performance or exclusivity. It was how it felt, how it breathed. Riding it was like being in a black and white film where you were both the hero and the legend. You didn't just twist the throttle. You unlocked a legacy. Every vibration through the bars felt like history echoing through your bones. Every mile you rode was a chapter in a story that only royalty and rebels dared to write. The SS100 didn't scream. It commanded silence. When it cruised through towns, people didn't just look, they saluted. Riders followed it not just with their eyes, but with their dreams. It was the motorcycle of choice for T.E. Lawrence, the infamous Lawrence of Arabia. He didn't own one. He owned 7. That's right, 7 Brough Superiors. Why? Because once you rode one, everything else felt like a toy. Lawrence called it his beloved. And the man who led armies chose this machine to conquer peace. In terms of pricing, the Brough Superior SS100 wasn't expensive, it was exclusive. Back then, it cost more than a house. A standard middle-class home in 1930s Britain cost £200, £400. The SS100. It started at £170 and could easily rise above £200 with customizations. That price tag filtered out everyone who didn't deserve it. Only those who had wealth, or the will to move mountains, ever owned one. And yet, to this day, collectors are still chasing it like a holy grail. In modern auctions, the SS100 has sold for over $400,000, making it not just a vintage classic, but a golden artifact. Hidden in its beauty were touches that even the modern world has tried to replicate. Dual exhausts that gave the engine a deep, throaty growl. Hand-shaped tanks that fit the rider like a tailored suit. Footrests and handlebars aligned perfectly with your natural stance. No digital sensors, no algorithms. Just master craftsmanship and intuition. Even the paint wasn't just slapped on. It was baked, polished, and treated like lacquer on a violin. And when sunlight hit its chrome, oh, it didn't reflect. It gleamed like royalty entering a ballroom. The SS100 didn't care for trends. It created them. It didn't rely on technology to dominate. It relied on excellence. The smell of burning oil, the kick of the starter, the vibration